Seahawks Nation, the vibe in Seattle is on fire right now. Our rookie quarterback just felt the real weight of the NFL. The offensive line has turned into a complete puzzle, and behind the scenes there's talk about bringing in a big-time reinforcement from the NFC East to beef up the defense. There's so much happening all at once, and every detail could shift the direction of this season. Stick with me until the end, because today's updates are going to hit you hard. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and roll with us, because here you're never left out of the biggest Seahawks news. And the first update we just can't ignore is Jalen Milroe's debut as the starting quarterback. And I'm not talking about hype or projections, I'm talking about the harsh reality of stepping into Lambeau Field against the Green Bay Packers in your very first game as QB1. For anyone who doesn't know, Lambeau is one of the most historic and intimidating stadiums in the league. It's freezing, it's loud, and Packers fans turn any game there into a full-on mental battle. It's not just about throwing the ball, it's about going up against the very history of the sport. We came off a preseason that had fans fired up, with a physical offense rushing for over 260 yards against the Chiefs, battling the Raiders head-on, and showing consistency. But against the Packers, everything flipped upside down. 5 fumbles, 4 of them lost, a stalled-out offense, and most of all, a rookie still feeling the pressure of the NFL. Milroe finished 13 for 24 with 148 yards and 1 touchdown. He didn't throw a pick, but he was swallowed up for 5 sacks and coughed up the ball 3 different times. Fans who were hoping for confirmation left with doubts, and that bitter taste that maybe he's not ready just yet. Of course, we need to keep things in perspective. This was his first start against an aggressive defense, with an offensive game plan that had already been raising eyebrows. But you have to wonder, did the coaching staff throw him to the wolves? In previous games, Milroe had been managed more carefully, 29 snaps against the Raiders, 24 against the Chiefs, putting up solid numbers, 9 of 15, 77 yards, plus 56 rushing yards showing off his mobility. This time, though, it looked like the strategy was just to toss him into the fire and see what happened. And that's the real dilemma. How far can you let a rookie learn the hard way without wrecking his confidence or the team's future? That's a fine line, and McDonald will need to walk it carefully. The result is concerning, but not damning. The biggest takeaway is clear: ball security. The arm talent is there, the athleticism is there, and defenses already respect his legs. But you can't keep putting the whole team at risk with back-to-back fumbles. That's probably Mike Macdonald's first huge challenge as head coach, protecting the rookie from himself, finding that balance between letting him grow and not breaking him down too early. Painful as it is, sometimes games like this are necessary. The NFL is brutal, but it's through these battles that many quarterbacks are forged. Meanwhile, the offensive line continues to be a real mess. Christian Haynes, a third-round pick from the 2024 draft, came in with expectations to fight for a starting spot in year 2. But what we're seeing is concerning, a clear stall in his development. Haynes has already lost ground to Anthony Bradford, who's having the best camp of his career, and he's struggled badly when trying to adapt to other spots on the line. At center, he's had trouble just snapping the ball cleanly. On the left side, inconsistency. To make it worse, a lingering pec injury took him out of the Packers game altogether. Coach Mike Macdonald didn't sugarcoat it. We don't know yet how long he's going to be out. That leaves Seattle in a tough spot. Cutting Haynes wouldn't be a big financial hit. The 2025 dead cap would be around $780,000, but the question now is whether it's even worth sticking with him. Rookie Bryce Cavaldo has already gotten some snaps at guard. He's raw, sure, but maybe a steadier option right now than Haynes. And I know for fans it stings to think about a recent draft pick already being labeled a bust. But sometimes it's better to cut your losses than to keep forcing something that's not working. That's one of the toughest calls the front office will have to make before trimming down to the 53-man roster. And like always at this time of year, cuts open the door for trades. Which brings us to a potential move that could shake up the defense, the Seahawks possibly targeting Mazi Smith, the Cowboys' first-round defensive tackle from 2023. This name isn't random. Smith struggled to find a fit in Dallas, mostly because of coaching changes and a scheme that doesn't play to his strengths. But here's the kicker, Mike Macdonald knows Mazi from Michigan, and he knows exactly how to use him. He's already proven it when he built one of the top defenses in college football. According to ESPN, Seattle could land him for a fifth-rounder. That's a low-risk, high-reward move. First, because veteran Jonathan Hankins is sidelined indefinitely with a back injury. Second, because our interior rotation badly needs fresh legs. And third, because Mazi flashed late in 2024 under Mike Zimmer. Under Macdonald, a revival feels real. For Dallas, it also makes sense. They'd clear $4.5 million in cap space and set themselves up for Micah Parsons' massive extension. It's one of those rare trades that could benefit both sides. Now it's just up to John Schneider to pull the trigger. And you know, it's not every day you get a shot at a former first-rounder for basically nothing. So picture it, 12s, on one side, the rookie quarterback learning the hard way what it means to be QB1. On the other, an O-line full of tough choices and painful adjustments. And maybe, just maybe, a defense landing a young, explosive piece who could help lock down the run game. All of this going down in just a matter of days. That's why I keep saying, 2025 could be the year of balance. There's no point in rushing Milroe if the line can't hold up. No point in clinging to pieces that aren't developing. And no point in passing up a defensive upgrade when it's right there for the taking. The Seahawks who hit the field in September could look a lot different from what we just saw against the Packers. And honestly, that could be a good thing. This was a tough week, but one packed with lessons. The rookie QB took a reality check but gained experience that's worth gold. The O-line is still a puzzle, but new possibilities are starting to show up. And the market might deliver a surprising reinforcement, ready to thrive in the right system. Now I want to hear from you 12s. Between the rough rookie debut at Lambeau, the Haynes situation on the offensive line, and the possible addition of Mazi Smith to the defense, what hit you the hardest? Do you believe Seattle is on the right track to climb back to the top? Or do we still need a bigger, splashier move? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because it's your voice that makes this community stronger every day. And you already know, hit that like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because here you'll never miss the biggest Seahawks news. Thanks so much for sticking with me until the end, and as always, let's make some noise 12s. Go Hawks!